Okay, it should be live now. How's it going, everybody? Getting a couple last things set up. We are upgrading a customer's PC to this beautiful, honestly, extremely beautiful PC custom build. Go ahead and get started with the easiest thing to put in, which is our little CPU here. This is a Intel Core i7 12700K. Let me get the easy stuff inside first. Now, one thing I do really like about this was actually explain how to open this. It's a slide open. Right here we got 1 terabyte NVMe WD Black. That's not going anywhere. So again, just doing this real quick. Copy. There we go. Sorry, I had to really quickly find that we were streaming, so let's just do this real. So the cooler we're going to be putting in is the Intel Apelix. Only problem with this one is that it doesn't actually show right away where it goes. But now, I said this last time, and I'll say it again probably every single time. There's a million ways to put thermal paste, and the way I just did it probably angered about a million people. So, but I'm going to rectify that by spreading it. See, I got these tweezers right here. Yeah. And you can see it's all evenly covered. That's fine. Peel. Any questions you have, please ask. They'll actually help make the time go a little bit faster. And I'm not tying it too tight, just where I can barely get it hand tightened. Now, wasn't gonna put this in right away, but we actually do need it for the build going forward. So I'll go ahead and just at least to do the first power on. Now, there is one thing that we gotta talk about that I've actually been kind of waiting to actually talk about until we got to it. This beautiful card right here. This is the GTX 4070. Fantastic card. Problem has that guy right there. And the power supply that we are upgrading for our client only has a single VGA cable, as seen right here. So we need to actually wait for another one to get ordered. Now, there is a slight issue with the fact that this has two CPU cooler connectors, but the good thing is that second one is not crucial for it to at least start up. We could still do that with it, so we can at least test to see if it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just use what we have to do a test boot, make sure it starts. And that includes, you've seen them on camera already, this little GTX, or this little Sapphire, this one is a 480. That's only a 480. Still not a bad card. Won't be used in the build going forward, but I'm just going to use it to test to make sure that it works. At this point, I'm going to get the motherboard box. There's those who will argue I should have been doing this from the get-go, but well, there's no harm in building on the pad because it's electrostatically charged. Okay, more and more stuff taken off. Very, very smooth process. Well, I didn't show us, or show everybody here the there are two different types of screws here, and they're both important. Unfortunately, they're both different sizes, just slightly. Okay, actually, no, these are not. Sometimes they are. Okay, so actually, no, they didn't do that one. They did the ability to make it where it's two sides, or not two sides, but two different, or two sizes, but two different build or configurations. You do push pull, or I'm just doing this or just to test it out. I'm not gonna screw them in or anything, especially because that's gonna happen. We are going. right, so we are set up for the test boot. Which, to do the test boot for these type of things, what you do is, first off, actually plug it in. Look at that, it lights up already. Look at that. So I'm flying blind real quick. And you gotta see it turn on. Oh. There we go. That's a lot better. I was like wondering why I forgot to plug this in like an idiot. But let's see this real quick. If you see anything, it'll be right there. Oh, we got it. And we see specs. We see power. That's a good thing. Now, just gonna double check. We can continue with the actual build. Not sure this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Because if nothing else, it'll make for fun, or like a funny fail. And, well, actually, it's not going to be harmless, but turn it back on. Hopefully that's enough power to at least get a signal. Let's see. If we don't get signal on this graphics card, I'll do the rest of the build with the other one. Just to be on the safe side and make sure that we have enough power to continue, at least to show what we do here. Which doesn't look like we're getting that. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that down for now. And we're going to bring you back down. One thing we're going to do when we get better streaming equipment, multi-cameras. We're going to start getting all the unnecessary stuff. It's sad that I can include that graphics card in the list, but this will be a good learning experience. Make sure that when you buy a PC from us, you have it on the or you have the proper GPU connectors, proper CPU connectors. We're going to have to talk to our client about that after this is all said and done with. But now we're going to make as much room as possible. Like that. Get this guy off of the screen. Now this is truly one of the prettiest cases I've ever seen. This is the Height Y40, HYTE Y40. And what makes it so amazing to be a case so beautiful to build in is that it has a built-in GPU mount, as you can see right there. It's a four times GPU. I'm gonna keep this fan in here the way that it is, so you can see it right there. There's a fit like this one to keep in just because not really doing any harm. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots left. Now, the beautiful thing is this is a vertical GPU mount that has four slots for modern gaming cards, but also has half lane slots for if you say want to add one of these guys or a Wi-Fi card or a USB hub or anything else you can think of, it can add onto it with no issue at all. It's fantastic. I hope that more companies copy this design. This is going to be a little dodgy, but we're going to get it done. And the beautiful thing about this, it actually accounts for this. Take this out real quick just to double check that I got this in correctly. So yeah, or so. It'll be like that. Which, again, this is actually very revolutionary in terms of being able to do this, because now you can actually bend it to where all you see is the actual. All you see is going to be the GPU. Actually, I'll show you with the main one. All you're going to see is this, and it's not going to show the cables at all. So it actually be really good in terms of that. I apologize. This is the most boring part of the PC build process, is getting these tiny ass screws in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course, this is the last one. It's the most complicated one. The cool thing is this is actually a CPU and or a hard drive and SSD or connection, and it's gonna come in handy because we got this beautiful 4 terabyte WD black that we're gonna be putting in this this thing. We do have one more of these for sale here at Helton Computer. See that one there where it goes in. Look at they came with a cheat sheet, which is surprisingly they should have. Be right back. Should go right here. There we go. Found it. That's a lot better. Let's try Let's do the take two on that. Now, one thing I also love, like you can kind of see it if I tilt the camera a little bit. Right here, there's actually another fan. They did that for the reason of, since this is pretty closed off from everything else with this plastic shield, it's giving more airflow to the power supply. Again, like I genuinely am impressed with how good this PC case is. Kind of want one for myself, not gonna lie. Might get one too, actually. That's not too expensive. It's only about $150. And you can see the goes right there. No issues. Just the camera, like trying to adjust it as often as possible. So I want you guys to see what I'm doing. This is actually very, like, again, it's mundane, but it's also like this is the stuff that even though you're not going to see, it's the most important things to get right. Just to get this even further, we're going to put actually this shouldn't need a washer. Maybe noticing I'm also switching between a mechanical screwdriver and just a regular basic screwdriver. That is, again, just a matter of preference. It does need it. Used to be in the old days that actually this would be a detriment, but now the good thing is that these CPU manufacturers have designed these radiators where they don't need, where like right where the screw lines are, there's nothing behind them. Because they're tired of people being like, well, it's affecting. Like, why are you giving us super long screws? Like these, even these are actually rather, like, much longer than they used to be. Like these used to be only like a quarter inch, like maybe a third of an inch at max. These are a little bit thicker than that. I don't know what the millimeter code of that is, but I'm putting these washers just to be on the safe side. Make it a little bit thicker. Gives it a little more room to work. One more washer. There you are. I don't know how it ended, but it went all the way over there. We're opening the bottom of this. Thermal probe has, look at that. Yeah, it comes with its own little piece. Or if I was using regular non-Corsair fans, it comes with a little splitter as well. But what we were looking for are these guys, because this one from there. You just need this guy right here. This is a SATA connector for the hard drive, if you don't know. And simply put, it's just going to go right in there. I'm going to fish that through this side. Again, just to get everything situated, we're also going to start. So this can stay back here. That is HD audio. We're going to put that up here. Now, I know there's a lot of debate nowadays of whether you need HD audio in a PC still, but I do know several people who still use it personally. I'm occasionally one of them, so hold that against me if you will. I just find it's ease of convenience above anything else. I'm gonna bring this guy back into the picture because this is an important thing. We got this hub right here, and really don't know where to put it. So where are we gonna put it? We're gonna have to figure that out. This isn't like a game breaker. If we can't put it anywhere in the back, we can always just hide it. We'd always just like try to put it right here. Won't recommend that under normal circumstances, but in a pinch, it won't be the end of the world. Let's see what we can do with this. I can't really put it right here, but although I would like to actually. Let's move this to the side. We're going to look on the other side because I have a feeling that we move this guy right under here, take out that fan. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm going to go with not. There's that plan out of the water. Oh well. So that's a slight drawback. Figure out how to get this thing. Yeah, I guess I'll surface tension. I can in a pinch, I can just hold it, have it be like sitting in there. And I do have this 3M adhesive. It should be a second one, actually. Here it is. Put those, one right there, one right there. Won't be perfect, but won't be really seen. Like, sketchy, yes. Really don't have that many options in terms of, unless there's a way we can get. Actually. Let's move this down here, take this fan out like that. But that's also an inherent risk. Could put it kind of right here. No, I was gonna say put it right here, but there's this guy right here in the way, and I don't really want to do anything that would jeopardize the integrity of the build. No real good solution for this. Actually, can I take that out? Maybe, but don't really want to take out that fan. That's the main thing that's going through my head right now. We're gonna go ahead and just do this. Because theoretically, like right here is a okay enough spot, so it shouldn't get hot enough for it to be a problem. Just yeah, that actually does. And that works. Again, it's not perfect by any means, but it works because that means that this thing is not going anywhere for now. And if it does, there's a bigger problem because this shouldn't get that or hot enough to melt that adhesive. Shouldn't. Don't quote me on that. There's always factors that I'm not smart enough to figure out sometimes. But we're going to put this guy. That's number 6. Because, be honest with you, chat. Like the only reason that they have this right here is they equate that to go right here. Because most PC builders nowadays won't even put a hard drive like this in. They're gonna assume you're gonna shell out the money more for a regular SD or M.2, which this board has 6, or I'm not even kidding, 4 slots for. three of them are three of them are under where the where the graphics card would go actually. But this works. It's set. We're just gonna go with it. Wire that right there. These guys are your best friend when you're a PC builder. Now, I usually don't use the clear ones, but these are what I have available to me. Again, it's just going to be it's not something you're going to be seeing in the front. It's just going to be in the back. So good enough. Let's pull this guy back into the picture. Please welcome back our motherboard, our CPU power. I'm sorry, I realized you didn't see anything I was just doing right now, so let's make it up to you. Now this is going to be the I argue this is just as, if not a little bit more boring than the previous part where I was plugging in everything. This thing did not want to let go. Also, this motherboard is amazing. It has a total of 8 SATA connectors. Meaning with the 1, 2, 3, 4, M.2 SSDs, you could have a grand total of, again, 12 hard drives. So if you're going for an industrial thing, the ASRock Phantom Gaming King or motherboard, definitely a good recommendation. Get used to seeing my arm, unfortunately. Those lines exactly the way that they're supposed to. Now, one thing I didn't mention with these, this guy right here. It has alternates. So if you don't like the red and, or the white and black, you can go basic black, which that does. I think that looks a little bit more classy. Does fit the build a little bit more. Or if you're going with a white build, although the opposite, white. And Corsair knew that it'd be something to change that you'd want to change out, so they do a admittedly kind of flimsy X key. And the cool thing is, too, that can be taken apart. And you might be wondering why you do that. Because they have an LCD mod for this. Actually, it's not even a mod. It's an LCD attachment from Corsair that they put into their PCs. Make them look just that much cooler. You can actually do temperature readings of both the CPU, GPU, anything connected to the Corsair hub is controlled with that. Yeah, so you can see that actually fits a lot better. I thought the customer's preference. If you build with us, you want more RGB, you could always add more. I would personally have made it where these two were RGB fans as well, but once again, that is not my decision. I go by whatever the customer wants, and the customer just wanted these, so we're going with these. See, there's one missing cable, and that is the USB. There it is. So I'm going to go right here because I actually see what I'm doing. Power, restart USB-C. Everything's set. I can do these better. Let's get these three on first real quick. Putting those right there just so I can have access to them. Once again, guys, it's a little this is gonna be another section where it's just nothing but boring screwing in stuff. But it's just a thing that just happens with comes with this type of work. Is it boring? A little bit, but the fact that we've been going only for 2 hours now, I'm already at this level, or at this space, is not bad. It's only an hour 17 in, and we're already at this area of the build, which again, I can't be mad at myself for that. That's not bad. Using the electric screwdriver to get everything started. This thing is probably was starting to run out of juice. So if you watched the last one, you know that it only took me about an hour to do that. But that was because that was already one that had the fans and everything installed. It was just also a simpler build. Average cost time for these is about 2 hours, 3 hours if you're going like as detailed. It's really all a matter of how fast or how slow you do this. This guy. Camera up a little bit. We're gonna get these two nicer ones in there. Now, you might notice that they're different than the ones I just put in. That's actually because these are more like universal. These are more for the case itself. Also, important distinction. These are all blowing this way. Now these are blowing in. If I want, actually, you know what? I'm gonna think about these this way. Yeah, I'm gonna make it these way because these are gonna be intakes. These are gonna be like they're intaking the clean air from the back, and then these are gonna be exhaling the clean air. So it look a little bit messier, but at the same time, like they're designed to do that. So that's why they actually have the stickers like this. So it works. We're not going to. I go by the old adage of it's not bad if it works. Now, most of my builds I actually put the fence from right here on this wall or from right here going this way. So again. You love this screwdriver. Like it's comically big, so it's one that I got actually not for doing this, but actually for building or for maintaining ATMs. So there's some parts where you need like a super long neck screwdriver to get to those or get to the screws. Speaking of getting to the screws. Just pushing these through. Apologies, we can't really see what I'm doing. Like, this is a little precarious. Well, like, very annoying, actually. The most important piece of this puzzle is the back cable management, which we're going to get to in a second, but I got to get specifically this cable into the front. So we're going to go through like this. Now, one thing that I'm doing right now is I'm basically just plugging everything in just a preliminary to make sure everything's working. It is by no means going to be nice and neat, but that's not what I'm going for right now. We are going to fix that in a little bit. Right now, though, the main thing I need to do, and I do mean like the absolute most important thing, is make sure that we got a post. We got a post. We can fix everything else. Most look at that. Try to make this as clean as possible. As I said that before, yes, but it's a delicate form and function are two very different things that if you want them to coexist, you have to put in the work. That's what that looks like now. Look at that. Everything's all nice and neat. Now for the final thing. Like I said, we're going to be using the 480. Not my first choice, but because we don't have the proper cabling, it's the only one we got. The good thing is that when we move to the 47 or the 4070, it's going to be the exact same connectors, same spacing. It's only a 2-slot card. And because of how small it is, it actually does hide some of the mistakes. Or, not really mistakes. Like I said, mistakes, but it's just a matter of perspective, a matter of things that we can't control. Let me just show you what this looks like real quick. Look at that. It's not a bad looking PC, all things considered. But we could have easily done far, far worse. And technically, we still haven't done far worse, because the only thing that's stopping it from being worse is the matter of just getting something that we already know is already known, so we just have to get a new one. Once again, make sure you have all the cables. Make your life a lot easier going forward. But that's only if you're going to reuse parts. However, if you're getting everything like brand new, like it's not a problem. It's not going to be an issue at all. So I wish we could have made this a little prettier. Sure. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Anything in that regard. We're going to give that a nice peel. Look at that. That is pretty. We're not done yet. Still gotta do the actual cable management. We gotta get obviously proper fan control set up, Windows installed. So we're by no means done, but this is still exactly where I want to be at the moment. Look at that. That is a very, very pretty build. So, I mean, you guys can get yourselves. Like I said, we do offer. We can work on any budget. We'll just give you the cost for the build itself, and we'll go from there. So now let's just go ahead and power this off. Power this off. Unplug it. Go from the good to the absolutely downright ugly. Believe it or not, this is not actually the worst I've seen for a Corsair build in particular. They do use a lot. I forgot to plug this in, and this is why we're going. That's why actually we have a lot of fan noise, because that is the USB fan controller. So it's just going off of straight power. So we'll do that later. Let's bring this. Let me get this in. Let's realize I'm not shooting what we're seeing. Working, yeah, with what we got. What I like doing is actually making like angled for more like hard to reach stuff like this one. And sorry, I haven't spoken in a while. This is actually just what I was doing right now. Is actually was just I wasn't just touching everything willy nilly. I was actually making a plan. That's the main thing you got to do with this type of stuff. You got to have exact game plan of what you want it to look like, what you want to do. Moving that way so you can see what I'm doing again. Now I'm not gonna do as detailed as I could be, because the thing about cable management is you could easily make this go from a 2-hour job to a 12-hour job. It's all a matter of what you want your cable management to look like. So I'm going with this one, number 1. For the power fans, it's not really necessary to make sure that all 6 of them are the exact same as their RGB. For the RGB, though, it's all a matter of which way you want to go. So I'm going from back to front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can tell which one's which by the RGB cable. This one is right here. It's closer. And it's an easy fix if I did mess it up. I'll give plenty of room in the back to do. This is where this guy comes in. This little cutter right here. I'm gonna be making a lot of changes. But making sure equally that I don't hit any of the actual bare wire, because I don't want to deal with that. Neither does anyone else. Again, you can see right there. You can see yourself a little bit, but right there is the important one. These, again, I'm not really doing for, like, it's not for looks, because you can barely see it anyway, so we're just going to go like this. There we go. So that is as good as we're gonna get it for today. Like I said, like you could spend literal days on cable management if you really want to. The reason I'm not going to spend days on the cable management is because, quite frankly, let's put that right there. You're not going to see it. As long as you don't see it, it doesn't exist. Now let's just fix one last thing I didn't do, and then we'll call it for the stream. Also, quite frankly, chat, the one reason I'm not doing this again, I'm not doing that much on this, is because I'm going to do this again later on. Because I'm going to have to do this, or the cable management, from the back to right here and right here. But as you can see, yeah, not a bad looking PC, even if it's not the final build, but it's just to show what we can get done in literally 2 hours. But last time, just to prove we didn't mess anything up, gotta turn that on, and Ta-da. You know it's not Friday, but I'm not gonna let that one little thing mess with our success. So, ignore the sound of the fans, but we are going to just leave it at that. Thank you, anybody who's joined me, anybody who watches the VODs. Reminder that Helton's Computer Repair does do custom PC builds. Just get in contact with us at the link in the description below. We'll work with any budget. We'll work with you to get the proper or any like any different type of PC that you want to do. We will help you make that happen. Do give us a call or an email. Thank you and have a nice day.